My 36M wife, 31F, gets visibly upset whenever I play video games. I play PC games in my downtime, especially on days she works 12 hours. More recently, she was pissed when she came home and I was playing a multiplayer online game with her sister's boyfriend and was on it for an hour after she got home. Then this last weekend we went on a trip that included 9-hour car rides and was unhappy whenever I pulled out a new Steam Deck I just got to play for an hour or so while she was driving, or I played with it a few times during downtime after an excursion on our vacation while she was on her phone. It all came to a head when we were watching Below Deck, trash TV basically, and I was playing on the couch while the show was on in the background. If I'm on my phone on Reddit or typing a tome like this, she doesn't have an issue with it. If I'm playing a PC game or on my Steam Deck or even Nintendo Switch, she gets visibly upset and angry that I'm playing a game. She claims she doesn't have a problem with me playing games when she is around, but her behavior says otherwise. I'm not sure what to do or where she is coming from here. Bro, 1 to 2 hours a day every day, given what you've said about everything else you do, is literally all your free time. You're ignoring your wife. She has a right to be angry. Stop doing that or she'll find someone that will pay attention to her. Communicate. Ask her what's important for her and listen and try to bond and share games with her if she would like that. To me, it looks like she might miss the engagement when you're gaming. Especially when she is an empathic person, it's likely she wants to bond. Does she have any hobbies that she enjoys doing? Does she do them often if she does? It's controlling behavior to try to dictate to a grown person what they can and cannot do in their spare time to relax. Hey have you asked her if she would want to play with you? Maybe you can find a game you can both play together. Even if she doesn't seem like the type, I'm sure there is something out there that could entertain you both and maybe even bond over. I understand your wife. My BF is a gamer, he could go for 10 hours easy. We already have opposite work schedules, a child, etc., so the small times we do get to be around each other I get annoyed when he chooses to game. I work 12-hour shifts. I don't get mad when I come home and my wife is sitting doing what she enjoys. Do people in this sub live in a bubble? Must we drop everything because our BF arrived home? I would talk to her directly about it. Explain all the situations you just mentioned. Tell her you want to hear her, that you want to know what is really bothering her. I'd be mad at the world if I had to work a 12-hour shift. I don't care if you're watching Paw Patrol on the couch, eating saltine crackers. I'm gonna mean mug you and try to give the death glare. Emo, I like to spend the time I have with my so, but she told you she doesn't have an issue with it, and if she did she'd probably tell you. Seems like she's okay with it, but maybe just tone it down if you think she is upset. Or just ask her in the moment if she's alright. Is there an oblivious men thread? She's obviously not getting needs met, and instead of trying to meet those needs you're whining about playing games. Sounds like she's a mature Komen dating a man-child. My guess would be she's upset about what you aren't doing. And playing games is a reminder of how you are spending your time instead of doing whatever it she feels you should be but are not. She just wants to feel like a priority, it sounds like. I saw a comment with scheduling time together and I think that's a great idea, but don't make her feel like she's just a slot in your calendar. Plan date nights if you don't already. She probably wants you to engage with her when she's off from work. She's probably upset because she values time with you when she's off. I understand where she's coming from. You need to talk to her and try to understand where these feelings are coming from. She's frustrated BC. It's frankly an extremely childish hobby, especially for someone your age who is married. My brother's first wife left him BC of it. Tell your wife to get a grip. You are entitled to your free time as long as you don't neglect your duties and you make time for her. Women nowadays lol. This sounds like an opportunity to communicate how you both are feeling. Clearly there's some undisclosed feelings on both sides. This will be a good practice for communicating and coming to an agreement on a more minor issue, so you can practice for when it's harder down the road. What's more important, video games or her? When you're on your deathbed, what are you going to remember the most? Playing video games or experiences with her? When I come home from a 12-hour shift and my boyfriend doesn't even acknowledge me, and sits at the computer, it is the most infuriating and angering thing in the world to me, and I can't even explain why. When you have downtime, do you cook, clean and do housework? And when you two are together, is it only to watch things and you ignore her the rest of the time? You shouldn't have married her. It absolutely aggravates me when people who game have to sacrifice it because their partners don't like it. We all have our hobbies and our downtime. Some people draw, paint, some cook, some knit and some play games. I'd tell her to get over it, honestly. Your wife wants to know that she is worthy of your attention. I agree with several other posters on this. You are definitely going to have to compromise on this particular issue.